Okay, welcome back to the Main Girl podcast. We are here today with our new guest. This is episode 7. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Zaynah. I am the owner of Massage by Zaynah, located in Princeton, New Jersey. I love doing Swedish because it's simple. And then I also love doing a lymphatic massage. Lymphatic massage is a detox massage. We all could use it, but especially people who have had cancer, people who are undergoing surgery, and people who are very stressed, which is everybody in America right now.
Amen. Amen.
So that is one of my favorite two massage services.
What made you get into massage therapy?
So originally I started off as a cosmo girly, cosmetology.
Amen.
That's the foundation, I feel like. And one time I worked in the Princeton Marriott. They had a spa.
Oh, you worked at a hotel? Because you got to talk about that. Okay, go ahead.
There as a nail tech and doing body treatments. And I would always see that the massage therapist was always booked. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm fine over here, but, I need some of them clients over this way too.
Yeah.
And I always have it in my head. So 2020 is when everything changed. That is when, honestly, all the salons got shut down because of COVID. I started working jobs that were not in the industry. I was in warehouse.
Oh, girl. I feel like we all would do. Yeah. Working like these jobs have nothing to do with our experience. Just trying to make income.
Hello.
Like, you literally have to at that point. Yeah.
I was doing temp jobs, and I even remember one time this guy, he was so funny. He was like, "I don't know, sweetheart, you just dressed like you working at a salon. This is the warehouse." I was like, okay, noted. But
you're like, this is not where you're supposed to be, girl. I promise you. You do offer me like.
But I'm like, girl, I gotta make this money. I got a baby.
Amen. Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Oh, your mom. Oh, love that. Okay.
Yeah, he's 6 years old.
Oh my God.
Going on 40. The old man.
Stop. She said going on 40. Love it.
But yeah, I was doing that, and then I was doing another temp job, and this temp job was at I think maybe like a Six Flags or something like that, like serving food or something. And there's this thing I do always when I look to the left and I look to the right, and I'm like, it's time to go. I don't know why I do that, but it just clockwork. It was time to go. I look to the left, look to the right, it's time to go. And something, I know it was God, he was telling me, I want you to go to Lincoln Tech and talk about and ask them about the massage therapy course. I went, and I just was like, okay, I'm here, And at this time, my energy's not really in the spa business at the moment anymore. I was just so in survival mode. I was just like, oh, if this happens, okay, yay. Girl, it was the best decision I ever made.
Oh my God, I love that.
Literally, not to get teary, but literally massage has changed my life. If it wasn't for massage, I would have never been on a plane. I would have never traveled. I would have never been able to take my son or do things with my son that I never got to experience as a kid. Like massage therapy, I really feel like it saved me.
Amen. I love to hear that because, I feel like we don't really see a lot of massage therapists out here. And I feel like the ones that we do see, it's like they make it seem like it's not much of an income that you can make off of it or
Liars.
can, but it's like clientele is just hard to build and stuff like that.
True.
So it just seems like, or they'll have something attached to it with it or stuff like that. And it's funny because I'm always... There was a time before, the first time I got a massage, it was by this couple. It was a girl, she did facials, the guy, he did massages, and his massages were amazing. So when I saw that, I was trying to push more guys into going into massage therapy school because their hands, they have pressure. It's like girls have pressure, but I can't say that though, because at the same time, I felt girls with amazing pressure. But I felt like when I had got it done by a guy, it just was a little bit different, a little bit better.
And that can happen. My very first massage was also by a male. And then this is before I was a massage therapist. So when I would get a massage, which was very rare back in the day, I was like, okay, well, I need a male because he's going to give me the best pressure. And when you go to school and you're around, there was only one male it was 6 of us. And we would massage each other, and we would start massaging the clients from the school, and I remember we had to get reviewed. And he was the favorite of the class, so whatever it happens. But I remember when they put us in clinic and it was time to put it on the flow. I remember all the reviews were positive for me. They was like,
oh my God, I love that.
yeah, and then even like building pressure too.
And it's so funny because, guys, she's so tiny. Like, she's so tiny. Like, I remember the first time I saw you, I was like, girl, you doing massages and facials? But I remember in a video, you like picked up your table with like one hand and it was like, oh, okay, yeah.
I had to like train myself because like even and I always say, like, you get better as you go. And I remember working at spas, and they're like, oh, they didn't like your pressure. They didn't like your pressure. I'm like, but I was good in the clip. What's going on? But you have to realize when you get out in the field, like in the real work, people want more pressure. So you have to train your body. You got to get up in there. And yeah, I get that a lot. Like, really? You're so tiny. I ain't think you... She was like, you hurt me. I was like, I'm sorry. But yeah, you build up the pressure. But women and men can both give great pressure, but I did have that thought too in the beginning because the massage I had first was a man, and I love that. I don't know where he at. He need to come back because I need.
And they always fall off the earth. Like they'll be doing it for a little bit and then they fall off. So I always wonder. I'm like, is it a lucrative business? Is it a good thing to go into? Because I was like, when I first started with esthetician, I was like, oh no, I love that. I feel like that goes hand in hand. That's a part of it. There should be way more girls doing it. Like, I don't understand why it's not like hand in hand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's a great business. You can make money from this. But I think though, I wish school would teach us how to be independent.
Oh, okay.
I feel that's a big difference. I feel like as of right now, I've always had a job. Like even now with my studio, I had 21 jobs in the spa. I've been around. But
and I definitely want to talk about that because I want to also transition into you were talking about how you worked at America. Like, that is so cool. I feel like girls don't think about that too. Like, we know our bracket is so big in the beauty industry, but we don't realize there's so much stuff you can get into. Like, another person was just telling me they were looking into doing cruises and stuff like that. Like, that's not even something I would think about. And that's not something they talk about in school neither. It's always like, just go to the salon. Or like you said, go to Hand and Stone, go here, go there. And like, they're not pushing for us to be more independent or trying to build stuff.
And there's nothing also wrong though, but sticking with a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong. I still have, I still work at a Hand and Stone in Hamilton. Shout out to my corporate baddies. That's a corporate Hand and Stone location. And it's great there. Don't get me wrong, but it's so much, I guess the word it's so much beneficial to my soul. When I have a client find me through me or a client I've had before and they want to book with me, it's my pricing, you know, and I'm going home with a good amount that I feel happy with, sometimes off of one client. Like, for example, this week at my location at my spa job, it was a really slow week. So the next paycheck I know is going to be, woo! But this paycheck, the last two clients I did this week, 2 people, one was 150, one was 120 after 90 minutes. Like, there is money here. It is going to be a progress when you're trying to build up your clientele. It doesn't, I mean, I have seen it happen for some girls. God bless them. I don't know what sauce they got. But it does happen for some people. But a good handful of us, you know, we have to work on that. We have to build that up. And that is okay. I always say it's easy to look at what you don't have, but sometimes you have to look at what you do have. Like, for example, my name, Zaynah. Not a lot of people know that name. So when I left my job, my old job in Skillman, I'm not going to say their name because, but when I left them, I didn't tell my clients. I couldn't because also one, like, you know, they could try to sue.
The non-compete could close.
Yeah, or even, but I think they actually kind of got rid of something like that now. I think in Jersey, like a lot of stuff.
I hope so, girl.
A lot of stuff is changing in Jersey right now.
Because I remember it was like that's how it was when I was a European. Once you left, you could not work. I think within like a 10 to 20 mile radius of the location, and you couldn't like tell your clients that you were leaving.
Yeah, for ours, like we can't tell people like where we're going, something like that. Like you go, or the receptionist couldn't tell you where they had been, and that. So I just left, but I was working somewhere else across the street. And I remember a client, she found me and she was like, Zana, I was just really sad that I couldn't find you, and I looked for another place because you wasn't there, and I saw your name on the website, and you're the only girl I know with this name, so I know it was you. And look at you right here. I'm like that, and like even that's a strength.
Yes,
You know, I remember
separates you.
exactly. I remember being a girl, like a little girl, and be like, "Oh my God, why wasn't my name Jasmine? Like, why wasn't my name Becky or something like original, like or not original, like something common like everybody else?" But that is a gift of mine that I didn't know I had.
If I could have told you how many times I wish my name was spelled the regular way, because my name is Jasmine, but like I wish it was spelled Jasmine or Jasmin, because it would just make life a little bit easier for me. But I love it that I have this season. It like I once I got older, I started to literally appreciate it. Like it's just it makes you stand out.
It makes you
separates you from the
you.
bunch. Yes, it makes you different. It makes you unique. It makes you you. So yeah, 100%. So when you got out of cosmetology school, how did you get into going into like the Marriotts and working at the hotels and doing it into there? Because they don't tell us how to do that.
And you know, the funny part is that was one of my aha moments. And then, like, meaning, like, I felt really good to be so young because I think I was like, I was still a teen. I was still in my teens working the Princeton Marriott.
Yeah.
Like, everybody else was way older than me. And I know the Marriott, so Marriott was my first luxury hotel. And then I went to Atlantic City. That was my second. And then recently, last year, I worked at another one, but unfortunately, the owners are not good, so I do not recommend going to certain places. But anyway, how I got in there was because at my cosmetology school, it was Mercer County Technical School in Ewing, and there was this guy there. His job was to like amp up the school, like be proud of the school or stuff like that, and then like find jobs for us. And he was really good. And he was saying, "Hey, there's this job. They're looking for a nail tech in Princeton Marriott. You should give him a call." And I never did until like a year or two later. So I was like, you know what? Let me just, see. And it always happens. Like, let me just see. And then I got the job. And girl, let me tell you.
So did you want to do manicures going out of?
Girl, yes.
Oh, okay.
Girl,
So you were into
pedicures was my thing, honey.
Pedicures.
Pedicures, girl. I don't know why I was great with feet, but I was. All my friends were like, girl, why should you touch your feet?
No, I like that though,
know.
because once again, like I said, separating us from the bunch, everybody wants to do nails. I remember I said that like when we first came out, I was like, we're gonna do feet because like I know I love to get my nails done by somebody, but I would also like to get my nails and my feet done by somebody too. So then there's like the peditechs, the people who specifically like do pedicures only, and then they have like the setups, the tubs, and everything. And I love that because it's transitioning out of going to like the salon-based setups. So how did you get into that? How did you get into cosmetology in general? Like,
honestly, so my mom would buy these big boxes of nail polish, and she would like, do my nails, I do your nails, and I loved it. And my aunt is actually she's a doctor in education, and or has a doctorate in education, a doctor anyway. But she also was a nail tech, and I would love her nails growing up. I was like, I want to have nails like you, auntie, and I always loved that. That was a good like hobby of mine. And then my mom sent me to the Mercer County Technical School summer camp. And you were doing maybe like a 2 to 3 week camp on cosmetology. And I was like, this is fun. I really like this, mommy. And then we got a letter in the mail saying the program's coming up. Because in high school, I went to college. That's nothing. I went to cosmetology for free.
Yeah, because you went to the high school. If we would have I literally I thought about it and I was like, I want to go to a regular high school. I should have jumped ahead of the bunch and just did it in high school. It would have made it so much easier transitioning it.
Because the way them prices be coming for cosmetology, I'm like, I couldn't do, like even from massage.
It's college, yeah.
I mean, massage. I got a discount because originally it was for $15K, but they had this program, like again, God, he said, go. They had a program for if you had a young child. And I had a young child, and they said, okay, so you get a discount. So instead of paying $15K, you pay $7K.
Wow.
So now I only pay $80 a month, and I only had to pay that like maybe 7 months. Man, was it 7 months? Maybe 3 to 4. No, not 3. 4 to 7, probably 4 to 7 months after I graduated. That's when I had to start paying.
Okay.
And it had free transportation. Because I don't drive. I'm a passenger princess to the day I die.
Love that.
And they would pick us up from the River Line to the school for free.
Oh, wow.
When I tell you God was like
He
looking
was
out,
working.
he
Yeah, he
was
really
working double
was.
time, overtime for me.
Amen. Yes, yes.
But yeah, so they had that flyer that if you want to go to cosmetology school for free during high school, you can. And that too, my mom had to take me out of a school called Foundation Academy. My son goes there now, into Trenton High Public School. So I could do that.
Okay.
So I started off there, and it was fun. I actually had a good time with cosmetology. I loved it. I wasn't the best at all.
How was it doing it for 4 years instead of it? Because, like, when we go to cosmetology school, it's I want to say 11-month program, 10 to 11 months. So how was it split out throughout 4 years? And
Well, see, it really wasn't 4 years for us because it was really like 2 years.
okay.
Because it was the last 2 years of our high school career. And so I graduated with it, and it was like we would take, the summer when we wasn't in school, we were home, and then I liked it in the senior year the most because we would go to cosmetology school in the morning, or was it the afternoon? They would swap. I forget which one I like better, but the first time it would be either cosmetology in the beginning and then regular school in the afternoon, and then the senior year it flipped, I believe. Whatever senior year was.
But it was only like that for junior and senior year?
Yeah, only for the junior and senior year.
So for freshman and sophomore year, you guys just did like regular education and everything, like regular classes?
I wasn't even in there.
Oh, okay, because you had transferred over. Okay. Okay, so there's a school down my way. I think it's called CCT. Yeah, CCT. It's Camden County Technical School. They have a program too, but you have to do it for 4 years or 3 years.
Yikes.
You can't go in your second year because you have to like already know, which I think is crazy too, like as a young person. Like by your sophomore year, you have to know what you want to do because you're locked into that for the rest of your high school years. You can't switch it. Or if you do, you just won't graduate with the full credits to get what you need for you to be completing that assignment. So to hear that she was able to come in 2 years and do it, once again, like you said, a blessing. That's so great. Because, yeah, it probably was just spread out through, they probably just, cut it in half from like the regular thing and just.
And yet we still had, our hours. And this was before COVID. So we also had to do the practical.
Yeah, you guys did practical.
We did the practical, girl. I was sweating in my boots, honey. I was scared. And it wasn't also a lot of Black girls in my cosmetology class, but which was still fun because I loved all the girls except for one. I really enjoyed them. But the three of us, the 3 Black girls in my class, we were on the same table, and I know all 3 of us were we were just nervous. Everybody was nervous,
super nervous, yeah.
And then I guess the examiner who had us was this Black lady, and she pointed to us. It was like, "This is my table." And we looked at each other like, "Okay, we got this. We don't know what it was, but when she snapped her finger, it was like, "This is my table." We was like, "Okay, I got this."
Let me breathe for a second.
And then we also had to take the written test, which is funny because, we did it online, but it was
that's how we do it too. We do the written online, and then after you pass that, that's when you go into the practical.
Yeah. I literally, thank God again, I almost failed it. I was like a point away from failing.
Girl.
It was so weird because the night before I did not study. And I was arguing with my boyfriend, now fiance. He made me mad. But, I really was shocked. I was thinking I was going to get passing. Because that's the thing. You never know. You just never know.
And I feel like the quizzes that we actually do in school, they make it look so much easier. And then when I was taking this, I was like, ooh.
We had these questions. I said, well, what we learned? Because this is not what, this was not worded at all. And then I was like, luckily, I still passed. But I remember that too. I wish it was all worded the same. Like when I took my MBLEX, which is way harder than the cosmetology test.
Is that the massage therapist one?
Yes, girl, that thing makes people cry.
Really?
Girl, it's hard. Like you think you taking the test to be a massage therapist, honey. You think you about to be the doctor for the president. Like it's serious. But
I guess because you're working on people's bodies, so much pressure points in so many ways you could possibly hurt somebody working on someone's body. Yeah.
But luckily, thank God, I passed that one. First try. A lot of people don't pass on the first try.
On the first try. Same with the cosmetology test too. A lot of people don't because, girl, I remember like even with the practical, they're like, if you drop comb, if you drop anything,
Yeah.
It's over.
And
don't even
tell
just
me how.
leave.
No, tell me how the teacher I had, no one ever failed her before.
Mhm.
Everyone she had for practical always passed.
Yes.
So the fact that when we were about to take our practical in the senior cosmetology class before us, one of them failed. We was like, oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
One of us is next. Like,
Yes, because it's like they broke it.
she was looking at me because I was not like, again, I know cosmetology is like a foundation, but I really wish it wasn't focused so much on hair.
Mm-hmm. I felt the same.
A lot of
way.
us that were in there for the spa, more so like the skin and nails, we thought it was going to be an even playing field. Whole time we're doing hair, which is still a good skill.
But if you don't want to do hair, it's like, girl, I'm here all day doing hair, and that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like, this is not what I want to do. Like, I definitely want to get more into skincare.
And I feel like they should like advertise that it's going to be that, because when I told the teacher, I was a bold one. I told her, I said, a lot of us thought we were getting something else, And she was like, really? I said, yeah. I said, a lot of us thought we were about to learn. Because like, even for me, I was doing, my favorite was nails, and we didn't really do anything on the acrylics. Like, we just did the textbook, and I had to come a day where my class wasn't there. It was like the little class after me, and I was just by myself trying to learn how to do acrylics.
So you guys didn't do electric work when it came to nails? You guys weren't using electric tools? We didn't either. And they were like, we don't got the insurance for it. And we were like,
do anything electrical for nails.
So when you went to the Marriott and you were working there, were you doing like basic manicures, basic pedicures?
Girl, see, that's the thing too. So when I graduated, I just started doing gel when I was in Princeton. Like, I was like really learning as I go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just doing gel manicures and spa manicures, which in my opinion was just really more an enhanced pedicure. It wasn't like super advanced in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I was doing that. And I mean, this was back in the day, because even the pricing for a gel pedicure was $80. And that was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing that, and I loved it. I was getting paid weekly. I was getting paid commission. I was getting paid hourly. I was getting paid automatic gratuity. I was getting free lunch. I was like, why did I leave again? But I didn't like the manager.
Mm-hmm.
But and I was
that's what it be. The management. Mm-hmm.
Girl. And I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant, and it was just like, I just need to go. I'm not feeling it right now. I was already aggravated. Like, there would just be things where I felt like, and this is another thing, in my opinion, jobs will play with you.
Until you showed them not to. Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember one time I didn't have direct deposit at the time. I would get checks, and I walked, and you have to be on time for any job, and they were strict on time. We had to do like a punch card too, which I would get mad because I would forget to punch in. Mm-hmm. And then I felt like the pregnancy was messing with my brain. I'm like, didn't I just punch in? And they was like, no, girl, you didn't. I was like, damn. But anyway, so one time I had to get my check from the HR, because the spa, I think, was closed on that day. And I went to the HR lady, and I was like, hey, can I have my check? And like, well, first, before I knocked on the door, and she kind of did her hand like to ignore me. So I'm like, okay, so she sees me. It's been a minute. I knock again. She's like annoyed, and she's like, I'm in the middle of a interview, orientation, and orientations usually take 2 hours.
Girl,
and
okay, you could pause and just hand me my check. What you was gonna make me wait the
girl? And she was like, well, I'm in the middle of the orientation. I said, okay, and I need my check. Well, it's only me here. I said, well, when it's time for me to come to work, I need to be here on time. And I told her, my check needs to be here on time. Mm-hmm. And she looked at me like, I'm like, yeah, I said it. And she went back and got me my check. I was just
because it was going to take 2 seconds to do it for her to be acting.
It literally took 2 seconds. All it was a box and hand me the envelope. Mm-hmm. Peace.
Yes.
She really wanted me to wait 2 hours for somebody else. And I'm like, well, at least this employee sees what it would be like if you work here. And that spa is closed.
See? Mm-hmm.
And I used to be so sad. I'm like, oh my God, what if I just stuck it up but no. Like, these jobs, they might make you feel like, oh, you'll never have this or this again. The whole time, their numbers, which were going down. Mm-hmm. And I was really like, there was a time after I gave birth, I thought I could come back because the manager had left.
Okay.
That was the reason I was like, okay, let me come back. Whoever was a new manager, I think they put me on like don't hire back list or whatever. Mind you, I was a nail tech, and I was outselling products way more than the girls who were just doing skincare, estheticians.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to upsell clients and make their Google reviews go up. So I'm like, all this was nothing. But see how that guy worked? Now you closed, boo.
Mm-hmm.
You closed.
So after you did Marriott, where did you transfer into after that?
See, after Marriott, I was really just trying to focus on my pregnancy, but I did work up my entire pregnancy up until 2 weeks.
Girl,
and then I gave birth.
I'll be killing it. In my head, I'm like, when I know I'm pregnant, I want to just sit my behind down. But knowing that you guys are like, it just shows me that, okay, no, we literally can do it. You can work through pregnancy. You can
Not
keep
like
it
I
going.
wanted to, but I appreciate it. But yeah, I was up there. There was the salon, and unfortunately, they're closed, and I feel bad that they closed. But it was called High Maintenance Salon. And even though this is one of the jobs I didn't make the most money in, but this is one of the jobs I was happy in.
It'd be like that.
These girls had my back. And mind you, I was the only Black one. Everybody else was Caucasian. I feel like that's important because sometimes some spas, some women, Black women who are in spas, I feel like unfortunately there is microaggression and racism out there. But there are spas who will treat you very well. And when I say those girls had my back, those girls had my back. I remember a client got nasty with me and they was like, with their curlers, so what we gonna do? I'm like, no, it's okay. I miss them. I love them. I really do. And I really wish the best for them. But yeah, they closed. I was there doing nails, manicures and pedicures. Towards the end, I started doing body treatments, but it wasn't as big as a hotel spa. So I was really just there collecting some money and then going home, and then that was it.
Okay. When you say nails, do you mean like acrylic work or mainly just like gel?
Just
manicures
really gel,
and
manicures and pedicures.
Okay.
And that's another thing too. Because my aunt, like I said, she did nails as well. And acrylics was more geared to the African American culture, and I wasn't that skilled in there.
Because they didn't teach us.
Yeah. So the people who would do mostly manicures and pedicures and gels were Caucasian women. So that's why a lot of my career, I was mostly in Caucasian or Asian salons and spas.
I always ask too, like the nail techs, like, is there a way, like, do you feel appeased to go into a regular nail salon? Because I know they're like family oriented, they're family based, so it's hard to get into them sometimes. Do you encourage girls to, like, when you're getting out of school, maybe go and try to work for like a regular nail salon?
I still say go because it gives you experience. And then two, it shows you how to deal with clients and how you deal with coworkers. Because here's my thing. If you have the money to just go in by yourself, all great for you. But sometimes your people skills might not be there. Or sometimes you don't know how to handle a bad or angry client. And sometimes, hopefully, if your boss is great with customer service, you can witness that and then use that in your business. So I do say you don't have to be there all day. Just maybe a couple days out of the month, try it.
It's just a couple skills that you need to learn, like behind the business, like you said, like customer service. Big on customer service,
and it's really lacking in this our field right now. And I think that is why. And I don't know who's going to be offended, but this is true. A lot of people who are not licensed are doing their own makeup, nails, and hair because they have had a bad experience with a cosmetologist out there. And I'm sorry, that needs to be adjusted. If you want clients, you need to work on your attitude, boo.
Because it's not just about, are you good at the service? It's also, are you good with people too? Like you are operating a business. It's not just about if you want to, and that's what they're saying. If you want to just do a service, you gotta go work for somebody else and then have somebody else run all the important stuff behind that so it can be branded properly. But if you don't have the customer service skills, if you don't have business skills behind it, you're not going to get far. You are not going to get far.
It's really sad too to see that there's a lot. Not everyone is, because I know I'm a nice girl, but there's still mean girls in this field, and there should not be a mean girl in this field. This field is for someone to feel good.
Exactly.
And
that's what we're pushing. That's our goal.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to do a good service, but you want someone to leave happy. And it just feels like we are losing that. And it's sad to see.
It is. You're right. Everybody's like, I'll just go on TikTok. I'll go figure out how to do it on TikTok. I'll go figure out how to do my lashes.
Everybody and
their
mama is doing skin. And that's
oh my God. When I first started to do facials, it was so hard to try to get people to come in for facials because they're like, okay, I could just go buy these products and then go buy a steamer at home and then I could just go do it myself. And I'm like, it's a whole experience if you actually come in and like get it done. It's so much better. They're like, yeah, but I can just do it myself. So that's another question I have with you. You still do facials, right?
Yes. Well, at the moment, I'm doing mini facials because my room is small but still mighty.
Yes.
But I really focus on massages and like body work in my room.
When you did facials, what are your big selling points on how you advertise a facial? Because it's hard because, you know, like I just said, everyone's like, I could just buy it myself and do it myself.
Honestly, it was before and after photos. I think that works for me. I think sometimes doing a mini facial myself, that was nice too. But I mean, skincare, it's a tough one. It's
Mm-hmm.
a tough one. I mean, I feel like in the skincare field, I think waxing is like a really big changer for skincare girlies if you know
Mm-hmm.
how to wax, because that will bring in people.
Yeah.
Because I only know a couple people who could wax themselves, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
so I mean, like, even the girls who wax wanna get waxed. So
Yeah.
I think I do recommend, if you're a skincare girly, do make sure you do waxing or learn how to do waxing. But because it's really hard out there for the SDs. Like,
It
even
is.
being in a chain, a massage chain franchise, I remember there was this other place in Skillman. I worked at 2 salons in Skillman. I'm not gonna say their names, but one of the last ones I worked at, they were nice to me, but it was crushing to see how this one girl paid for her school, for esthetician school, was like, quit her corporate job, and they told her in school, just find a job and you're going to make so much money. And then she goes there and she's explaining to me like, oh yeah, they told me if I don't have a client, you know, they're still paying me. And I'm in my head, I'm like, well, really with chains, you only get paid for commission.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, this seems off, but you know, I mean, hey, whatever her contract is, it's her business and she's
Mm-hmm.
happy. But then she realized that wasn't the case. And her checks were bad. And like, she had a kid. And then when she was trying to like explain to them, like, hey, you were not being honest on what was going on, they were like giving her some BS excuse. And then when they try to make it seem like, okay, everything's fine, she did go to corporate. And then after a week later, and they were trying to ease her out. Like, they were trying to push her out. And there would be times where when they told her, oh yeah, you don't have to come anymore unless you have a client. And I would see that she would have clients on her book. I'm like, girl, where you at? She was like, I'm at home. I'm like, girl, you got clients. She was like, what? I was like, girl, come. So she would come. And then the week later, I think of that happening, they fired her. And it was just so disgusting because I've seen a lot of cases of skincare girls with cosmetology, or maybe not really massage therapists, but I've seen that happen where I've seen someone like go out.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she still does her own thing, like makeup or whatever through her house, but she had to get like another job because she had a kid. But it's just so sad. And when I say these jobs, they play with you, they do. And it's like someone's paying for their own school and education to do something that they love. Someone, in my opinion, she's great and she's a nice person. That is someone who I would want. And then to see them just discarded like that by people who don't even do this line of business. They're just a person
Managers.
or
Managers.
people who even own the spa.
Yeah.
It's just so sad to see.
Exactly. And most of the times those are people who don't even know the real ins and out of our industry. And that's what makes it so sad. I agree with you. I feel the same way. And that's a big thing that I want to really, that's why I'm doing this podcast.
Beautiful.
To like really show the stories and show the behind the scenes and show that we all go through ups and downs and struggles. Because like, I remember when I was working at European, we had got this manager who was working there, and everything changed and kind of got better, you could say, because we actually had a manager who was a waxer. She came from Philadelphia. She was a waxer at Philly, and she came to be a manager. And I had asked her, like, why are you a manager? Like, what made you go behind the scenes instead of working, like, on the floor? She was like, like, I was working during COVID. Everything was, like, really booming. I was in Center City. It was really, really big. She was like, but after all that stopped, I couldn't still work in this field and take care of my lifestyle and take care of everything that I had financially. It didn't make sense anymore. So I had to resort to being like a manager. Like, I'm still in the field. I'm just not able to do the work. And I feel like, but that's what we want to do. We want to be able to be on the floor actually doing the work. And that's what makes us feel the best, to actually make people feel better, like with our hands all the time.
Absolutely.
And then, I had worked at Ulta, and I asked her too, because I was like, when you work at Ulta, a lot of the girls have cosmetology license because we have the salon, and then the one that I worked at, we had the benefit brow bar. So there was a girl who did eyebrows and stuff in there, and I think now they have like nail techs and nail girls in there too. So it's a lot that they're expanding with. But one of the main persons, she was a manager. She did hair, and I said, "What made you switch over?" More money. This is just I have kids, I have a life, I have to be able to financially take care of everything. So I feel like a lot of times in this industry, because money is so fluctuating, we don't know when we're going to get it. It's in one day, it's out one day.
Yep.
It makes you turn back to the regular traditional working and being like, I have to just be able to survive and provide for what I have, my family, myself, for everything else. And I feel like that's why a lot of people go through breaks and stuff like that and take times out and stuff like that. Because I remember when you were we'll get there, but when you had I had saw when you were at the salon that was in Trenton that I was looking at. And I remember you stopped working there for a while, and I was like, she's going to get back to it.
Aww.
Like, because I always I know certain people, like I'll see them build it up and I'll be like, it's just something in them. Like you see, it's like, oh, she's going to get back to it. Like she's going for a little bit, but she's going to eventually get back to it because you just see the thrive. You see the heart. You see the actual care that they put into like their stuff. And I definitely saw that with you. And it's crazy because like me and you don't know each other, but we know each other literally off of social media, but just like seeing each other. And I was so interested in, like you said, you were a massage therapist and you do the facials and you're just, it's a different aspect of everything. So I just thought that was so interesting. So how was it? Okay, so where are we at? I'm trying to think. We did the Marriott. We did the 2 salons after the Marriott. Where are we after that? How did you transition into going into suites and going solo?
See, that's another thing too. I never thought of being independent.
No.
I've never thought. I mean, all my cosmetology career, and that's not saying, again, there's nothing wrong with 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the teachers will always say, yeah, find a job, find a job, find a job. And that was always my thing. Okay, I'll find a job, I'll find a job, I'll find a job. There's always a job.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I think it was real. You know what? It was when I gave birth to my son. When I gave birth to my son, I just started feeling like I want to start doing things that I'm passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, I want to be able to leave my son something if he ever wanted to be in my line of work. And that's what made me feel like, okay, well, I need my own. And it started off with me in my city in Trenton. There was somebody who had like studios. They weren't really for massage or facials, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they were more for hair and maybe makeup girls because it was so loud.
Okay.
It was so loud, and it used to be like a warehouse, but it did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then those salons, suites. And then I did one in Hamilton, and it was beautiful. It was Black owned. It was owned by a young lady and her mom. Very happy for them. It just didn't work out, unfortunately. And I was a little discouraged. But then I went to Morristown. I don't know why.
You went to Morristown?
Girl, passenger princess will find a way to get somewhere.
No, because that's like, that's my way. Like, that's like,
far.
I want to say that's like 25 minutes away from me. And girl, like, you're an hour from me. So girl, you were driving 45 minutes up to
Remember, I would drive. So I took the River Line.
You were taking the train?
I would take the River Line and then I would Uber there. And I remember my mom was like, Zaynah, this is a
lot. Yeah.
And I should have listened to my damn mama because it was too far and it was really expensive. And it was a Phoenix salon. And
you worked at a Phoenix.
Girl, never again.
Girl, the prices.
I was paying like $325, I think, a week. And mind you, girl, it was so bad. There were times, me being forgetful. And on 2 occasions, I would forget my keys. I would have to
oh my God, you live so
get off the River
far
Line,
away.
Get on an Uber to go back home.
Oh.
Come back. I'm like, I can't keep living like this.
Crazy.
And like, it was, I feel like it was a nice place, but I felt like it wasn't all that for the price. And because the price I was paying, it was in an area that I thought was going to boom because it was in a mall
plaza.
Yeah, a plaza. And it was really dead. And like, even when we did our grand opening, nobody really came.
Dang.
Like, even the girls who were there who've been with them before, they were like, it's dead. Like, nobody's here.
You know what's crazy? The Phoenix Suites, just kind of like a lot of the other commercial business, like Hand and Stone, European, they try to open up in plaza areas to evolve more traction. But at the same time, I don't feel like it pushes traction unless you have your windows open, because otherwise the door is
How would
locked.
you know I'm there? How would you know? And
The door, and I remember like when the first, because there's a Phoenix Suites literally around the corner from me, and I remember the
wow.
first time I like walked up to it, I was like, oh my god, this is so nice, and I grabbed the door and it was locked, and I was like, oh. And there was like everybody's thing on the side you have to get buzzed in. So it's not like you can just go and like look through and see, oh, there's all these girls in here that do all these cool services. You can't do that. You have to actually like know who works here to come in here. So that's what makes it different. Like you could go to a European and hand a stone and just walk in there and see, oh, okay. It's different. It's really based off of the clientele that you're bringing in there.
And when my fiance, he was like, Zaynah, you're all the way in the back. Because mind you, I'm doing massages and I don't want to hear noise. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, how? He's like, even if I get in the building, one, how am I going to know you're in here? And I'm like, well, there's the TV. He said, well, I'm not about to sit here and scroll.
And look all through that.
Find you, woman. I was like, you right. That, even though, in a way, there are times I try to say I regret that place, but I learned.
I was going to say it taught you something.
I learned I can't be so like, I want this, I'm going to have it. I want this, I'm going to have it. It's going to work. Sometimes it's okay. That doesn't work because it did not work. But then I was like, and that's when I took a break from sweets. And I went to another place, not going to name him. It was a franchise, and that was my first franchise. But I will say I love the company. But I was there, and I was making a lot of money because the reason he picked me at first is because I told him, I said, you hire me, I'm a beast.
I was going to say, have you ever went into somewhere and was like, offered like a sort of like, hey, I will give you a massage, show you what I do.
Well, see, I don't really like when massage therapists have, that's a thing for a lot of us. We don't really like that when we get if we get hired, that sometimes people try to get a full massage.
Oh, okay.
And this isn't guaranteed pay. So I'm like, God forbid, what if you don't even like the massage? I'm not getting paid for this massage.
I just wasted my time doing this massage.
And I told him I'm a beast. I said I can do a 4-day massage. And not every day I did that, but there were times I would do 11 massages in one day.
11?
And some of them were deep.
Oh my gosh, so much.
All my coworkers like, are you okay?
What is the most taxing on your body doing massages all day?
I believe it's my hands and it's my back, neck, and shoulders. And sometimes
all that pressure.
But see, I do think of my teacher when she tells me like it's how you're doing your how you're posturing your body. And that is my default. Like that is something on me. Because she said I've been doing this X amount of years and I'm gonna keep doing this X amount of years because I know how to
properly take care of my body.
So that's on me. But I told him all the things I can do. And I told him that's another thing. I used to work for a doctor. I was working with a chiropractor. And
how was that? So you've really done it all.
Girl, yes.
Yes, like how?
You work at a Princeton University.
Oh my God, yes.
Girl, when I said
what is your preferred favorite out of everything? Like,
so number one would be, I'm gonna say studio / working at the Princeton University, because I kind of feel like that ties into each other because those are like me being independent entrepreneur. I got into, that's a funny thing. The lady I told you about, Gail, she got me to be able to come into the Princeton University because we were actually, her suite is next to mine.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, so she helped me get that, and it's so rewarding when you're independent. Like again, there's no smoke with the 9-to-5 girlies. I feel like that's fine too, but it's just a whole nother thing when you get your money and you got it.
And you built it from the ground up.
You did.
From like by yourself. You did this, yeah.
And the crazy thing about Princeton, I was telling her this the other day, is when I was in high school, that's why you have to watch what you say. When I was in high school, we had a trip where we got to spend overnight in the Princeton dorms. They were the older dorms, so we got to spend the night in them, which was really cool. And the last day, I told my girls, I was like, I'm going to come back here one day. I'm going to come back here. Now, see, I thought I was going to be a student, but that didn't happen like that. But I came back making money.
Amen.
So you watch how you speak to yourself.
The power of tongue.
It truly does. It truly, you watch what you say, always speak positivity and try not to spew out negativity, even if it's directed to someone else. Because when you direct it to someone else, God forbid, and it does happen, you will feel bad. So watch what you say. I quote Whitney Houston.
Amen.
But that's number one. I think number two was working in a luxury hotel. I think the luxury hotel,
like Atlantic City or like the Marriott?
I feel like the first time I went to Atlantic City, I was at Fantasy, FANTACSEA. It was on the boardwalk, and I started there in the summer, and I love the beach. And
oh, that's like perfect. Like, could you give a massages all day, get off, a little run on the beach? That sounds like a nice little summer thing. I like that.
But mind you, I still live in Trenton.
Oh my God, girl.
So I would run. I mean, I felt like I was running all that time. I would get on the river line, and I would either take a train. I would either get off in Pensacola and take a train and then walk to my job, or which wasn't that fair of a walk, but it was still a walk. Or I would get on the river line and go to Camden and take a bus and maybe still walk a little bit more too. But no, wait, the train. No, the train would. I like the train because the train would take you to our jobs because it's where the casinos is for free. You would get off the you would get off the river train, and then they have a shuttle bus, and the shuttle bus was free if you were to get off the train.
The workers, yeah.
So yeah, and then I would say Atlantic City because I love the beach, and I remember one day I had to catch myself because when you look too happy and like you're not from here, you might get jumped. So I was walking. I was walking on the boardwalk, and I'm going my way to work, and I see the sun and I see the ocean. Oh my God, I could do a twirl right here. I'm like, let me calm down, let me stay focused. But it felt so nice. And I was doing this before the first time I was there. I wasn't a massage therapist. I was doing nails and facials and waxing.
Okay.
Now it's so funny because I'm not that skilled in waxing. I mean, I would love to go back to get in the course. I did take a personal class outside of school. And
soft or hard?
Back then I was soft, but I think now I'm more hard.
Okay.
I like hard wax. I just like you don't really have to
put the paper on
and
just
strip,
rip
like
the wax.
it's just done. But I was doing soft wax, and I was still new because the first time I was in a nail salon, like the typical Asian parlor nail salon. And there's no shade. I love them too. I did eyebrow wax, and I took this whole girl eyebrow off. Girl, I was so scared to get off. I thought she was going to wait for me because she was like, someone fixed it halfway, but I made a chunk off.
I did the same thing. It was like, I
still think about it.
Me too. Because it's like, because it's just like, if that happened to me, I don't know what I would have done.
And I feel so bad because we have like, we go in out of school. Sometimes you could feel invincible. Like I could do anything. And then
you fuck up.
Girl,
was she grown?
She was I think she was still maybe around my age because I graduated really young, in my opinion. So I was still like a kid, and she was like a kid, and she wanted to jump me.
I did the
and then everybody who were like the girls who were the other clients, they were like, oh yeah, she messed you up. That's why you don't let nobody play in your face. They all was like ganging up on me, and my boss like, yeah, you gonna have to stick to nails. But time has, that was my past. I'm sorry, girl. If I'll hook you up. I'm so sorry. When I was in AC again, I was doing eyebrow waxing, and it was fine. But and lip waxing too. But then they stopped doing the waxing. But it was fine. I really did enjoy it. And I will say, I felt like some kind of flex to say I'm in a luxury hotel spa.
Yes.
Because it was in that. And I will say the Marriott spa, which is closed, the hotel is still open, but the spa is closed. The spa wasn't really giving what it should be giving. Because it was like the chairs had peeling paint. It just was not. I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we charging $80? And this is what they're looking at.
Yeah.
But the one in Atlantic City, hands down. I
feel like because, especially now, they're doing a lot of renovation out there because, I don't know, everybody be acting like, I don't know if it's because back in the day, Jersey Shore, it was like, everyone's going down to AC. Like, they're really trying to, do AC up now.
They had, I feel like the last time I was there was 2025, last year. They had Lil Uzi come. I think he was performing, and then they were doing other events. Like, they really are trying to revamp. Like, even
especially at Oceans.
Yeah, what do you call it? The water park.
Yes, I just saw that they have the indoor water park out there. Yeah,
I took my son there for his, I think, fourth birthday, I think, his 4th birthday party. I took the whole family out. And we went there. We had a ball. Like, they really are trying to revamp it.
Yeah.
But off record, when we turn the mics off, I'm going to tell you which 2 hotels. Girl, there was people up in there that did not have a license.
Really?
It's bad.
Oh, my God.
Even though they could do great work.
Yeah.
But, like, when you work at a luxury hotel,
you gotta be, like, on top.
Not only do you have to be licensed, you have to do a drug test. Like, it's a serious thing. And the fact that, you know, when I was, you know, there and I was getting, you know, I guess the orientation / interview, and they were like, "You're hired." I was like,
that was quick.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know why the light bulb was like, Zaynah, you don't get hired right away for a luxury hotel. Like, they might say, yeah, you got to get, you can have the job, but you have to do like testing.
More transition.
Yeah. And I was like, it's not clocking.
Yeah, they're like, question mark. No, very much so. I understand.
But I really did enjoy my first time with luxury hotel. And I do want to point out, not to like shift gears to make it sad, but the first time I was there, I had a manager and I looked up to her. And I know like there were times I would mess up on nails because like I felt like I wasn't that fast. And I felt like that made me rush. Mm-hmm. And when I'm rushing, I'm not doing the best. Mm-hmm. So that's when I was a little bit slower still. But she still, even though there would be times I know she would be pissed at me, I really did respect her and I did look up to her. But when I came back, I was told she committed suicide.
Oh my God.
And that is why I really feel like for us, we should also make sure we're okay.
Yes, very
We're
much
always
so.
trying to make someone else feel like they're okay. We need to make sure we're okay.
Internally, yes. That's why I would say, because we work on people so much, like especially you guys, like you are putting you're in so much contact with a person. Mm-hmm. So like you are feeling all of their energy all the time. Like anything that they're going through, I feel like you can feel that. I feel the same way with facials. Like when I'm doing facials, I feel their energy. So like having that go on, and then you have your own stuff that you're dealing with in the background, you always got to make sure, like, because we are people's therapists. I say it all the time. Like,
when I say you see my licensed massage therapist, I am a therapist.
We got to make sure we're okay first before we make sure other people are okay. Because if we're not okay, we literally cannot make sure other people are okay.
That is true.
Do you get monthly massages yourself because you are a massage
I'm trying to be better at that.
Because I remember in school they told us, like, you guys need to be getting massages monthly. Yeah. The way we work in our bodies is...
Honestly, even before I was a therapist, I think me doing pedicures, I should have been getting massage. Because bending down, doing the pedicures, yes, and then my hands, I feel like we really should have been taught in school more that you really have to invest in your body. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like they talk about, like, you know, make sure you do good, blah, blah, blah. But it's not, it's like, it could really put you out. Like, I know a massage therapist, like, they say, like, the running joke is, oh, you got a good 5 years on you and you're done.
Really?
That's a big thing. A lot of people, they leave not because of money. If they're independent, it's not because of money. It's because their body is hurting.
I hear that about the, don't fight me. I hear that about the lash girls because...
No, I believe that too.
I was going to say, because their backs and their eyes, because they have to literally look at how intricate all the lights in their face all day, like their hands, their eyes, carpal tunnel. Like, I hear you only have... That's why they transition into teaching and everything else, because you only got so much time.
Yeah, and that's why my teacher, she told us, she was like, I don't have these problems because I take care of myself. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so take care of ourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, 100%. Is there any other ways that you take care of yourself besides like the massage? Like, what are some self-care things that you do to implement self-care in you?
This is a big thing. I don't work as hard.
Amen.
Like, I do not. Like, I remember my first franchise, I would not say their name, but when I worked there, I guess I was still running on survival. You know, and then when you're also a mom, you're like, I can't be broke. If I'm broke, my kid's broke. I mean, I love my kid. My kid can't be broke. Like, you start going, like, in your head. And I would work 6 days a week.
Girl.
And some of my days were open to close. And even now, I still work for a franchise company, the same, but now I only work 3 days. They are long days, but open to close. But it's only 3 days. I'm mostly either at home now or I'm in my studio.
Amen.
And things like, I mean, that's really big for me.
Mhm.
Because even as a kid, before I had my kid, I was a kid. In my idea, even though I was like 23 or 23 when I gave birth. But I was always working and I wasn't saving. And I had to figure out, like, well, what's the point of working and working and working if I'm not saving this money, if I'm not having a plan on what I'm doing? I'm missing out on stuff, and I could have been somewhere, but yet I'm trying to do this job, and for what? So now I'm very happy. I have a savings account now.
Amen.
That's a big
saving is big because I feel like that's really like our industry.
Girl, I can save $50.
And it's funny because I think also our mindset like, I'm gonna just make it back tomorrow. Like I'll spend it today because I'm gonna make it back tomorrow.
And that is very, again, that's very dangerous. We start feeling like, well, I'll make it back tomorrow, but you never know. Like I'm telling you, by the grace of God, July 2025, ever since July 2025, I've been making profit. All those other times, I didn't make profit.
It took you, and
it took me a long time.
And that's what that's why they tell us to keep being consistent, because you're not really going to see, I know they say like, you're not really going to see it until you hit like your 3, your 5 year, like they say it takes so much time to actually see the progress. And especially with that, especially when you have a suite and you got to buy materials, you got to buy products, you got to buy this, you got to buy that. You be looking at the end of the books at the end of the month, like, I mean, where did it all go? Because
like, I be starting things. Is this a hobby? Because it really can be like that. And that's why I get sad when I hear people when they quit a suite, because I've quit suites before. Like I really feel like bad because like I've experienced it. It's like you start feel like, well, I guess I'm just gonna be here 9 to 5 forever. I guess
like I'm not built to be.
Or sometimes I'll be honest, I felt like times I'm not worthy of this. I'm not special enough.
Yeah, like I'm just not there. Exactly.
I'm just not that girl.
I felt the same way.
We are that girl.
Exactly.
It just might not be our season yet. And that's all that is. It takes time. It takes literal tears. Like literally, I remember, I think I posted like a reel about like, yeah, I'm making, I have clients now. Like, I think it was like a week I had like 2 people or even 1, like, cause I still have my other job. So like, it's okay for me to have slow weeks. I'm just trying to get better though. But I would have a slow week. But I'm like, Zaynah, there were months when you didn't have one. And you had to pay rent. And you had to like decorate. Like even now, my spa is small but mighty. But it's I feel like I want to decorate it even more to what I want. But yet it still made me profits, and I have to always, be blessed and be happy on what I do have. Because there were times where I was going broke.
Trying to make all this work, yup.
And
they don't see that. And I think that's the thing too. They do not see that behind closed doors.
And do not feel bad because I'm literally talking to somebody who is like literally like me. If you can relate to it, whoever's listening. But I remember like still I have like a low follower count. I have met so many girlies who have 5K, 6K, and this is no shade to them, but be broke. They don't have anything or they lose their home and it's terrible. Like just because something looks nice online, you don't know what they're going through.
It's so crazy because I remember back in the day, like a year ago, like a year or 2 ago, people used to come up to me all the time like, oh, girl, I know you're booming. Your content is amazing. I know your
content is good, though, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. I love making content. Like, I feel like that is a fun part of the industry, too, that I like to get into. But like you said, that's another job in itself. But people automatically assume if you have good engagement, if you have a bunch of like content that you are doing super duper good. And no, and I always tell people like the girls who's making all that content, where do you think they got that time from? Where do you think, like the fact that they're able to make that content obviously shows you that they have more time on their hands than the other person who you never see them making content because they're constantly working all day.
And content is also hard because like, well, I hate to like try
coming up with ideas.
Like, well, not even that. Like I try not to give myself an excuse, but see, the thing is with massage, I ask my clients, do you feel comfortable to be on camera? And I hear mostly, no. So I have to work around that. Like, I mean, a lot of my content is me, like, making a funny little skit because I can't put my client, if my client says no, there's no persuading to them to do, that's it. Their comfortability is no, I have to work around that. And it makes it hard because sometimes, I remember one time I wasn't making content for a minute, but yet I was busy, but I didn't have anything to do with it. And I think now, looking back at it, like how to fix this problem, I'm just gonna have to start, like, again with family or friends and, like, record that.
That's what I was just about to say. One thing that I started to do, some people I see they advertise it. I would just ask some of my closest clients. Like I'd be like, hey, on this day, like on Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to specifically film today. If you want to come in and you can like get services, but understand like I am going to be filming, so there is going to be times where I'm taking like a second or I'm recording, I have to stop, I have to do this, but like maybe it'll be discounted or maybe it'll be a little bit cheaper just so that I can get people to come in to take content because Brazilian girl, like everybody does not want a picture of that like out there.
Exactly.
Your face is not attached to it. So it's still hard to get content at times to show your work. So I completely understand what you mean. But massages, girl. I remember when I had a massage, I was like, you can forget. I don't care. They're not even gonna notice me. I don't even care.
That's
like,
the thing.
Literally.
Like that's the thing. Like, but at the same time, if someone's not comfortable, and I even like, getting my hair done, there's been times where a hairstylist has shoved a camera in my face without even asking me. And that's another way you could be losing somebody is because they don't feel comfortable. And this is like, we have to remember, this is a people job. You have to like, in my opinion, I think you have to like people to be in this job, because when you don't, and there's nothing wrong if you want to just pay your bills and have like, live that lifestyle, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not nice or you're not thinking, because sometimes I don't even think people who do that, I don't even think that they know that they're being like obnoxious. I don't even think they know.
Yeah, they're not even realizing.
But then again, how many of these girls are actually really licensed? So there's that too. No shade, no shade.
Because I always say that with the hair girls. I'm like, yeah, like, and that'd be the crazy part too. A lot of the girls who do hair that's not like, they be so good. Like,
they're so talented.
I always ask people, I'm like, what makes you not want to go to school? And they be like, oh, because like you go to school, like if it's the finances, if it's not finances, it'll be like, because I don't feel like I'm actually retaining or learning anything from going somewhere for 10 months or whatever period of time, and I have to be there like a job from 9 to 5. Like, I don't want to do that. That's taking away time from me making money. And it's like, I get that also, but at the same time, you always want to cover your ass and make sure you're legit as possible.
But see, I've even noticed that, and again, it's sad. I feel like license or not, it's sad when someone stops their sweep or stops when they like are in this field. But I noticed the month that I started making profits, a lot of people closed shop for good.
I've been seeing that just
July
in general.
2025, a lot of people shut down. And mind you, I'm massage. I'm seeing nail, lashes, hair, like braiders. They're like, I can't get no one. And I feel so bad. I do for any of them. But sometimes, like, it's not always the economy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it is the economy, because when you take a step back, I realized it's a lot of regular businesses too. I think that's when I started to realize, I'm like, dang, there's so many
like
big
I said,
businesses
the
closing
Prince
too.
Marion spot is closed. I believe that's from the economy.
Yeah.
I feel like your client today, not only do they have to like their service, they have to like you.
Yeah.
We are seeing that. We are now seeing men cut their own hair, because my bestie is actually like a literal example. I'm like, all right, now you only paying $25 now. Now what's going on? Because I'm like, no, us girls, we pay so much.
Girl, I'm like, why you not going every 2 weeks like you supposed to?
No, but like they're now, for them, $50 is a lot.
Yeah.
Because like that's a big jump for them. Now we're seeing people who do great work, but yet if the person doesn't like you, why am I coming to see you when it's really hard for me maybe to make that money? Like, I mean, I've even stopped going to a place where I miss this woman. Mom told my wigs was honey laid, but her attitude was funky. She was only nice to you when you were sitting down, when in her chair. When you were waiting, she was rude. And I'm just like, why am I coming out of my busy schedule to see you? You don't make me feel good. And yes, the economy is trash. Unfortunately, I don't see it getting better.
I know.
I see the only way is adapting. And I'm one of those people, I might lay low for a minute, but I'm gonna get back up. You have to have the drive and the will.
Exactly.
And be nice.
Truly. Because
it's not that hard.
It's not. And that's what really keeps your clientele. Like I saw on a podcast last week, they said every year, every like, I forgot how many times during the year, you're losing 15% of your clients. So if you're not gaining 15% of clients while you're losing the regular 15 that you just use every year, you're not making profit. You're not making even. You have to continue to be who you were originally. Don't start to slack off just because you're deeper into your business and stuff like that. Just because be the person who people fell in love with. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
and
Yeah.
don't and that's what I'm saying, like, I don't understand why I mean, it's so I guess people wanna feel like they're that influencer girl or, like, I got everything, like and here's the thing too, if you are an influencer girl, good for you. If you have that lifestyle, great, but also for the regular girlies who literally are starting from scratch, a lot of times, not a lot, but I have seen people who are younger than me have suites, like, own a suite building or own a suite because their parents gave it to them.
Oof.
And it's not, and
Say that.
that's not a bad thing. That's generational wealth. That is
Mhm.
something we all should strive for.
But some of us don't know that nor
Yes,
see
and that's what
that.
I'm saying.
So
It
then
makes
we
you
think,
think, girl, it makes you think that something's wrong with you. But in
mhm.
reality, it's not. You don't have the resources. I
Yes.
remember a girl I wanted to do a free massage with. I wanted her to look at my spa and, see if she liked it. And she kind of like, she was nice, but she turned me down. But in the same building where I was, she went to somebody else. So I'm like, okay, so I mean, what's tea
What's the
to this?
difference? Yeah.
That was her relative.
Mm.
Somebody said, "Hey, go." Your auntie said, "Go to cousin and give her," and that's great for her. But it's not the reality that a lot of us have.
Yes.
And then you get in your head for the regular girlies. You start to think, "Oh, it's me. I'm the problem." No, you're not, babes. You just have to work harder and find out what your strengths are.
That is the biggest word. I feel like that is the biggest takeaway from this because literally I used to say that all the time, like, you don't know behind closed doors the help that other people are getting, and you be thinking that everybody's doing it by themselves when there's some people who are doing it by themselves and they're like, why can I not make this happen for me? Why is this not happening? Because like you said, I'm the same way. I be seeing girls younger than me and I'm like, damn, man, like I'm starting to get up there now. They're starting to call me auntie. And I'm like, I didn't even accomplish my big goals yet. And I'm seeing girls younger than me do it. I'm like, what is the difference? And like you said, generational wealth, help, even like moving out, moving into apartments, moving into houses. You don't realize that the help that people are getting is from their family. Not everybody is, especially in this economy, not everybody is doing it on their own. It's really hard nowadays to
It is
do it.
hard. And like even for me, I still feel like I'm a regular girly, but me having a child, if I have like today, a regular day for me, I don't work at my my job, so I have my studio. If a client was to book right now, I would have to call my fiance, "Hey, I can't get my son. You have to go get him." There's women out here who don't have a man to help them. So like you really have to, it's so easy to look at what you don't have. But when you realize what you do have, that's, you have to find your strengths and work around. Like even my suite, I love my suite. It's small, again, but mighty. But, I want it to be more like, I don't know, more decorated certain things. But when it came to building furniture or putting things up, my dad, he does plumbing and he knows his way around construction. He does all that stuff for me. And then my last suite, my favorite suite, in Trenton, that was my favorite. My man paint and put almost everything together for me. Like you never realize, like, that might be, for me, looking back at it, it was small, but there were girls who were like, can he paint my room too?
I'll say, I don't got that. Can you?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to find your strengths, but don't feel like because you're not here and you're getting older that something's wrong with you. It's not. You just don't have those resources, baby.
Yeah. And it just takes, everybody's timing is different too. Like, I feel like my biggest lesson that I learned last year is, don't rush everything. Like, I feel like we're such a popcorn generation where like we want everything so instantly, right now, right now, right now. And like stuff takes time, stuff takes steps. So give yourself the grace, give yourself the time to even appreciate everything that you go through, appreciate all the little steps, appreciate all the big little wins so that you can get to the big thing. Cause it takes time. Like I'm seeing celebrities now that have been working for years and they're just getting recognition for the stuff that they're doing. So it's like, everything takes time. Everybody's journey is different, and your time will come. You just have to wait for it.
Absolutely.
Because you have worked at so many, what do you feel like the requirements are for it to be a good suite? And what do you feel like a good price range is?
I honestly feel like, and shout out to Cordasia, she owns MB Salon Suites in Trenton, New Jersey. I feel like that, in my opinion, is a suite I feel like people should look into. The only reason I wasn't there is because at the time, who not should be named, I was there. I left because I got more. I guess you could say, promoted, more money to take on another weekend, and I did that, and I was just getting run down. And I was there. I wasn't really focusing on my suite. And then two, when I was in Princeton, when I was in Skillman for that job, I was bi-weekly, and now I'm weekly pay. I feel like, I don't care what no one says.
I can't do bi-weekly.
I'm never doing that.
I cannot.
Never doing that again.
I literally cannot. If it's not daily, it has to be weekly.
If we're in the service area weekly, because you never know if you're getting a client or not. If you're commissioned, you need weekly pay. So having bi-weekly and paying a weekly suite rent was difficult. And then two, I'm doing more hours. It just felt like I couldn't do this. But I really love that suite. I feel like her and her father did an amazing job. They have a
Was it weekly
dryer.
or was it is there anything that you guys like a monthly? Because I remember at my suite we had like a monthly contract.
I guess it depends on whatever deal you have with the person.
Okay.
I know she advertised as weekly, so that's why I did weekly. And then right now I'm in an office suite. Office, I guess, just an office, you could say. Like it's a nice building with offices, and I pay monthly, and it's cheaper. That's why some girls are doing the office way. I can never do home because I don't feel safe doing that. And then with massages, you're more likely to get a stalker out of any service provider. So no one's going to know where I'm at. But I will say MB Salon Suites is hands down the best salon suite I ever had. I think, I don't know, I just feel like, they really took their time. And that's one thing I will say I really like about her, is that she's going to put her best foot. You ain't going to see nothing that ain't great out of that girl. Like, it's really nice. And
I love that.
I feel like the only thing I will say is, and a lot of suites do this, I just don't like that the doors and the windows are glass. Because for me, all of my services, I need it closed.
Yeah, you need a literal sheet to cover everything.
Other than that, it was perfect. I never felt, I might have to turn my spa music up a bit, but other than that, I feel like they did an excellent job. The lobby, the bathrooms.
It was so pretty. I remember I wanted to work there so bad, and I was like, do I want to take that drive all the way up the train? I'm like, do I want to take an hour? Do I want to take an hour drive to go to work every day?
I will say it's crazy too, because I thought I was going to move to Princeton at the time. That was a big reason why I left, but I ended up not moving. But that was a good place. But I do feel like if you're going to go to a suite, unless you have a car, and even if you do have a car, just be mindful of the drive or the transportation. Because I always feel like, and I met people who say the same thing, when you have a long transportation, that feels like you're already working. And then you get there, then you're doing the job, and then you're going back home.
Exhausted.
So yeah, but hands down, that Suite 8, honey, that was my bet, honey.
It is so nice.
My scrubs used to match everything. I was like, girl.
It was so, I love it. It's so cute in there.
Thank you.
It was so cute. I'm thinking, no, your setup was cute in there too. I love this
the
stuff.
best suite setup, honey. So
when you guys see her setup now, it's so cute because, like she said, it literally is like a little cabin feel. Like I feel like I'm coming to like a little cabin area to get a massage. Like it's so cute in here. So like everything is different. Office spaces. It's so many different options out there for us too now. I feel like before we didn't know how to figure it out, how to find, at least down my way. Everybody was like, how are we finding suites? What is there available? Like, how are we getting in places? But now I feel like it's, as well as suite buildings are open up, we're realizing we can work in like, commercialized buildings and stuff like that too. Like it's so many things more to offer and people are willing to work with us now. So,
well, yeah, because I mean, and like I said, I feel like hers is reasonable. I feel like she did a great job with her pricing, and I felt like she did and then like even Like, we had a kitchen, we even had a shower.
Girl, I know, I saw you guys had everything.
It was like right next to it. Like, she did an amazing job. Like, if you're gonna spend money, you need to make it worth my while. And it was worth my while with her.
She had like a kitchen. She had I'm like, God forbid you ever needed to just go take a quick shower before something real quick. You could do that.
I even got to like make my price money off of that. I'd be like, because sometimes after a massage, people might want to take a shower. I was able to say, well, if you want that, $15 after, and people would. Like, I will smart. Her and her dad did an amazing job. And again, that's generational wealth. That is something we all want. So shout out to you, girl.
Amen.
And hopefully more salon suits will get the thing. Because I'm sorry, you're not about to.
Especially in Jersey.
Yeah, I feel like in Jersey, and that's another thing too. Like, I make money here, but there's times I do want to move out of state because
I say the same thing.
I like Florida. I love Florida.
Warmer weather, yeah, because it's like
I get seasonal depression.
Yes, literally. And like, I feel like, during this time of year, it's just nobody wants to do all the extras too. Like, this is the time of year I feel like we start to actually lose money because we're in Jersey, because it's
December
cold.
I was scared. I didn't think I was going to see a profit, but God, I did. Like,
slow month.
December was a very slow month for me. Very slow month. And that's when I said, like, it takes time for you to build up your clientele. And then don't be also scared. Be careful though with mobile and chair events if you're a massage therapist. Like, make sure it's legit. I really don't. I do mobiles. Don't get me wrong. I do mobiles, but I'm very clear. Like, if I know you, that's fine. But if I don't know you, we're gonna need that ID. We're gonna need the name. We're gonna need the address. Like, and you have to be comfortable with the idea of me having someone coming to help me set up. Because usually I use my employee, aka my daddy, to help me set up my table and my materials. Because with massage, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Even the bed alone.
The bed alone
is hard.
I know you guys had to have the good table too. Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine through school.
Girl.
Yes. See? That was a good school for me. I mean, I didn't enjoy my time at massage school, but I'm happy I learned and I went.
Okay. I think my last question I want to ask you, because you've done both, what do you feel like, because I always ask the girls now, working commission-based, where you have someone who's in charge of getting your materials, your products, and everything for you, and you show up there, you get paid, even though it's not your business, compared to working by yourself and you were running everything. What do you feel like is the best lucratively?
Independent. Because there's no cap. And then, like, and there's nothing wrong with working for a franchise, but, like I said, last week, because there'll be a new week on Sunday when I start. But last week was very slow. I was there Sunday 12 to 8. I was there Wednesday and Thursday 9 to 9. And those are long days.
So even though they have, because I know like these places have the setup where it's like it's an open area, people can come in, people can book online, it's still slow, just like it is for us.
Yeah, it could be a slow week. I mean, it happens. But I feel like with my studio, and I'm on a whole other side of town, I made what I made there off of 2 people.
Because they, like you said, they cap you.
Yeah. It's not the fact that it wasn't, they said, well, no, you don't have enough, you have too many clients. It was the fact that I didn't get that many bookings that week. And I'm a newbie to massage, but I'm a newbie to that salon. So usually the other girls are going to have more over me, which is common, and it's okay. I don't mind. But at the same time, when I'm at my studio, when I come to work, I'm getting paid.
Amen.
Especially if it's a chair event or a mobile event. Like I made like $500 in 3 hours. Like, that's, in my opinion,
that's great.
That is what we're supposed to be
doing.
Like, I shouldn't have to work really hard to see $100.
Yes.
Like, even the job I'm at now, I'm still thankful for it because I get insurance. Because me and my fiance aren't married yet. I had to get a job with insurance. My son last year had surgery, and my fiance's insured because he's covered through my son through my fiance. And the surgery was like $4,000, and his insurance covered only like $3,000. So he had to pay the rest of it out of his own pocket. If I had insurance back then, I would be able to cover it. So I'm like, okay, until we get married, I need to make sure I have insurance and my baby got insurance, because that was insane. Like that he had to pay all that by himself. I mean, he had it, but at the same time, there's people who don't have it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I say, independent is the best way for money. I say it's also the best for,
even with having to buy the materials and pay rent.
Yes, I mean,
she like, girl, yes, too. I still feel that way.
Like, I feel like for massage especially, and I will say, I'm not saying it's a good thing to be lenient on cosmetologists who aren't licensed, but for massage therapists, you need to be licensed.
Okay.
I think that you can easily hurt someone, or you can do something that is labeled as a masseuse and not a massage therapist. And people who will go to a masseuse would think me, a massage therapist, is going to do the same thing. The reason we don't call ourselves masseuse is because masseuse can do something sexual. We don't do nothing like that.
Okay.
So I say massage therapists be licensed, and it doesn't take a lot of materials to be a massage therapist. You need your table. You need some linen. You need some oil. If you're feeling fancy like me, you're going to get you a hot towel warmer, because my clients like they hot towels.
Mm-hmm.
Even a hot oil warmer, and you're good to go.
Amen.
It's you when you just need a room. I feel like you have to, don't be so quick to get a room just because it's beautiful and nice, because you still have to pay rent. I mean, I have a really sweet deal right now with my rent. I'm paying a whole lot of less, but that's because I went through the office route. And because I'm still labeled as a licensed massage therapist, I'm under a health provider. Okay. So it's okay for me to be like in an office like this.
Okay. Mm-hmm. See?
So I say, girl, if you got your cosmetology license, go get that massage therapy license. Mm-hmm. It's like, I think I was like there for 7 months. I mean, I will be honest, it was very, very hard. Not so much the schoolwork, I will say, dealing with the classmates and taking the tests. But it was worth it in the end.
Yes, girl, because she said the test is harder than the cosmetologist. I want to let you guys know that before y'all go.
Do not pass that at all.
So you're not only taking a hard test, they got to take a hard test too. It's a bunch of all these hard tests you got to take out here to be certified.
But then one more last thing too, for a massage therapist, like this year, every 2 years, you have to take some extra classes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
See, we just renew our license.
Girl, yes. Girl, when I had my cosmetology license, all I had to do was renew it. But with massage, you have to renew your license, make sure you're doing your insurance, and you have to take classes.
Do you guys have insurance on your hands, or is it like insurance on all of you?
It's it's like, God forbid if something bad happened, like for a client, I have A, B, and P.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean. Yeah,
something like that. I have to that, but I pay like $20 a month. I know the girls like, oh my God, that's so expensive. Why don't you pay the whole year? I was like, I've been paying $20 a month.
Yeah, I do the monthly too. Yeah.
So I do $20 a month. It's not gonna kill me, but I do that, and then I take my CEs. And like I said, it was massage that helped me get on the plane, because I took a class in Florida and fell in love with Florida. Mm-hmm.
Do they fly you out? Do you have to pay for it?
No, we had flights.
Jesus Christ.
And that's nothing too why I say it makes sense to be independent, because unless you have a place that pays for your massage therapy license, insurance, there's no reason really because to always be a 9 to 5 for massage, because they don't pay for your renewal sometimes. They don't pay for your classes. Sometimes they don't pay for your insurance. Like the first time I was a massage franchise, they did nothing at all. And he could have, but he didn't want to. And the place I am now, they do offer health insurance. Like, and that's
great.
And
yeah, because they don't.
And that's another reason why I'm kind of on the fence when I hear girlies say, because I used to be one of those people, I have to get 2 weeks. No, you don't. And I'm sorry that might sound bad to hear, but there's been girls I know from cosmetology and massage, but mostly cosmetology, where they're going to a job and they don't know if they're going to get booked. They barely have money to go to work, and they're just sitting there all day. And if another opportunity comes in that's much better, baby, you need to take it, because that might be a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
especially with the 2 weeks notice, because even like if you guys heard episode 3, like Hannah, she literally said like I tried to give them my 2 weeks and they said no, yeah, it's okay, you can stay home. So like,
see, even when I gave my 2 weeks at my last job, I gave them my 2 weeks and they weren't giving me any clients. I'm giving you 2 weeks to be respectful.
Yeah, and I'm not coming there to just sit around.
No, and I remember one time I was at this place for 2 times, and both times I didn't give her a 2 week, and I didn't know she was mad about that. But I told her, I'm leaving because, from something. But then I told her I wasn't coming back again. And like she just went off on me. She threatened me. She said, "Well, you know what? You're not allowed to come back to my salon at all. Don't put me on as a reference. Girl, I don't need you. Let's start there." But she said, "Yeah, you're not allowed to come back. If you come back, I'm gonna have to have the cops escort you around my building." Mind you, she had people stealing from her out of her own joy, but she didn't need the cops from her then, but she needed cops for little old me, little old black me.
Mhm.
So like I said,
She really is little, as you guys. So it's like, are you serious?
Like yeah, like sometimes them 2 weeks, I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. Is there anything else you want to share with them about your journey or any advice that you want to give to any people who want to go into the massage therapy lane?
I will say as a whole, one last thing I could say is for Salon Suites, even if no one believes in you and you've had literally not a single profit or client, but your heart still craves it, go. Because this suite, before I had this suite, I never had a profit ever. And then on top of that, my whole family told me don't do this. No one told me except for my best friend. Love you. And it's not hate when they tell me no, but they seen me cry. They seen me pack up. They've helped me take my shit and go to they've seen what happens when it doesn't succeed. And it might seem like you're crazy to go after your dream.
Would be a little delulu, but you have to.
We have to
be, yeah.
Because if I would have never did it, I would have never been able to work at Princeton University. I would have never made $500 in under 3 hours, in 3 hours. Like, you have to take on the delusion, even if everybody says don't go.
Amen.
And now that I go, my dad says stay your ass there.
Exactly. Because sometimes they don't see the vision, but when you pursue yourself, go forward and create and show them the vision, they have no other choice but to see it.
And use Vagaro. That's a big one. That really helped me. Use Vagaro.
Oh my God. Okay, yes, I said the same thing because I'm learning the new booking sites. Like, see, you said you Vagaro.
I only use Vagaro. The first time I used it, I don't think I knew how to use it that well, and I didn't think it was working for me, but I gave it another try, and I'm glad I did because I got a lot of clients through Vagaro, and people who live around this area found me through Vagaro.
Okay, yeah. All right, I definitely, because we always want to have our own little...
I pay maybe like $40 a month.
Because I'm trying to think, what are the other booking sites?
I don't like Booksy. I had like Square. I don't like Glow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Glossy. Yeah.
I didn't.
But all of those, they really do help with promoting and pushing you to be like the number one in your area, to really push your name out there. Like, I just had looked up last week. You can ask ChatGPT who is the best in your area, and she literally will tell you based off of the research that she finds online.
And Google too is a big one. I got a lot of my clients through Google, and I will say I have a 5.0 rating.
Amen.
My fiance told me one time he was just being curious. He was in the Princeton area, and he looked up massages near me, and my name popped up.
I love see. So she's on the list, y'all. If y'all hadn't heard. So if you're in the Princeton area and you're interested in getting a massage, definitely check her out. She is amazing. Like I said, her setup is super cute. It feels like a little cabin in the woods. I love it. It's so cute. Is there anything else that you want to say or
That's
share?
it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on here. Thank you so much.